Is TT. There's so many stories to get through, so let's get started. The first one, police officer on the spot for taking a bribe. Lakini, I mean, I don't know. Walipata Mbaya Aula. Stick around for that story, because this, I think for me, shocked me, which is something that we don't, it's so interesting. We don't see these stories as many times as we should on the news, but then here it is. So National Police Service is on the pipeline of getting new uniforms, right? Now the police spokesperson, Dr. Risila Atieno Anyango, has said that the uniform is currently the most preferred sample, as officers are dissatisfied with the blue ones that they actually wear. What wanasema ati, I hope it will make them, their attitude to just become better towards wananchi. Oh, I hope that they are going to not want to take more bribes. I hope. Also, did you know that the cop judges you based on the car that you're in?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Not that I have ever given a bribe.
Let me ask you,
in my
Amina.
life.
Siku yenye utakuwa naenda hell. Is this why you want to go? Is this the lie you want to take you to hell?
But I have never. Listen. I don't know what you're talking about, bro. I have never. Ever. I am willing to go. I am willing to go for it.
Whistle. Whistle.
Yeah, whistle if never.
That's the only way we will believe you.
No, so you want to tell me you guys have never given bribes? Cindy kwanza wewe. Wewe na hizo
I will not lie. Guilty as charged.
But you know, in Kenya is a very hard country to run without magendo and bribes.
Yes.
Not because that you can't hold yourself back from giving bribes. Of course you can. But the harder part is the process that you will need to go through as the alternative to you giving the bribe is even, it's tedious, it's long. You will need to go to court on Monday. You will need to spend the whole day there because of a traffic offense. Kadogo mlifanyana sijui nini. You'll be like,
if they had instant fines, would you guys pay them? If it's like, you're speeding 6K right now.
I would pay right on the spot if I knew that this is going through the legitimate channels. You've booked me for a ticket. The fine will go into you. That's fine. As opposed to somebody saying, the fine is 10K, so give me 5G so that you can avoid. It's a lot of back and forth, and by the time you go to the police station, it's just a lot of nonsense.
Yeah,
now back to this uniform, I'd like guys to let us know on Twitter, because my personal experience, being the oldest in this panel, since independence, the uniforms have only been changed twice. Yes, the second time was most recently when they brought these ones for Women's Guild.
The ugly ones.
The ugly ones. That now, even some members of the police force are saying they do not like, they fade, and unfortunately, they have to pay for them. It comes out of their coffers. My question is, why is it so close in proximity? From independence to like 30, 40 years, the same uniform, absolutely no problem. Then all of a sudden, every 5 years, with a different government, the uniform is changing. What's the story there?
Cindy.
What does that have to do with enforcing the law? It doesn't matter how you dress.
Yes.
The most important thing is crime going down.
Yes.
And we're all talking about its difficult economic times. If we're all being asked to tighten our belt, why isn't the government tightening their belt and picking something else to do other than changing cops' uniforms?
Cindy, let me ask you. If we were asked as Kenyans to decide if the current flag, national flag, is the best we can have as a country, do you think we'd agree?
No.
I would.
And
for example,
would we agree?
Would we agree as a country?
No,
would we agree as a country?
The thoughts would be
every single school we went to, all of us, if we were asked to give opinion about the school uniform, would we agree that the uniform we were wearing was the best for that institution?
No, absolutely not.
Absolutely not.
Change, yes.
I'm sure that this has nothing to do with how the morale of the attitude of the police officer.
Exactly.
This has everything to do with who's tendering what and who received the tender for the previous one versus who's receiving one for this one.
Can I be honest, Coach? Here's my conspiracy theory that I think is more theory than conspiracy. I think this change is actually based on logic. It's actually after officers complained that they are having issues. One, it's ugly. We all agreed on that. But they have actual functionality issues. It fades fast. You have to repair it. All of those. I think that's real. I think the question we have to ask is why the previous change happened and why it was necessary when we moved to something that was clearly less substandard compared to what they had before,
Right.
less appealing to the eye. That's the one that's questionable. This one feels to me like we're somewhat getting back on the right track, which is something I know we won't say often in the next 5 years. But
And what's this appeal that we need to this appeal that we need our
Right?
because then let's have them wearing civilian. Mtu
They
ambaye
should.
wanataka.
Wakai kama
Can I ask you guys-
watu wa
Wapige
Soweto.
luku
Can I ask
basi.
you guys something? If a traffic policeman dressed the same as a GSU officer, would you not find him like 5 times more intimidating?
No, but it's because of what the GSU uniform already means.
And
So that's
what
the thing.
it
A
That's
uniform
what it
represents
will-
something, right?
No, I agree,
No, he's
Mariam.
wondering why did it even need to be changed in
Because
the first
it was
place, and what
okay
was the change
before.
supposed
Okay,
to
oh,
mean
I agree, that's a fair
for
question, yeah,
him
for the
as a
first time.
motorist when
Yeah.
they're stopped. They're like, wow, look at you know,
And you know,
it doesn't make any
a
sense.
uniform
We
is
have
a
to take
uniform.
yeah.
Regardless of how beautiful it looks, if we were all told to be coming in the dresses we are wearing today, every day we are on the trend, we would say no. Regardless of how appealing you think you look today.
We would say yes. Why not? It would save
I don't
me.
know about you, yeah.
So much money.
But I think
I would come. I have no problem. Like, what are you talking about?
especially you would say no. Especially you.
Anyway, so there's still so much to talk about because this uniform story has been going on for so long. But you know what? Let me just ask, and we're about to take a break, right? Let me just ask you guys a question. When you guys see these tenders and they say, you know, 100 billion, 100 million, or 1 billion, this and that is happening, does anyone else think, wow, what watakula? Is it just me?
No, absolutely.
Oh, we're all on
All
the
the
same
time.
page.
We are all
Always.
on the same.
So when you guys see me running for women's rep, listen, life has been lifing.
We'll get you. We
Things
have your
have been
back.
hard.
Just don't forget us.
Yeah.
Don't delete our
Amina,
numbers.
I don't
let me
know.
warn
I
you.
will see. But I would
Let
like
me
to
warn you,
think-
people have ambitions. One day they will pull up this video and they'll be like, hii ndio alisema siku alikuwa anataka.
let me as your zoeni women rep, okay? Mumzoe mapema ndo ni mimi. The hashtag is TTT